all of you. Here we begin with the second class for miscellaneous provisions. Okay. Major is completed yesterday only, but something very important is to be covered. That is the specified financial transactions, or very hot favorite topic nowadays, that is AIS. How your annual information is going to the department without you intimating them. Okay. So this I'm going to do, and then I'll revise everything what I've done yesterday, 269 SST. And this topic, you don't have to learn each and everything. So yesterday also you have seen, I've given you an overview: who is legal representative, who is executor, who is liquidator. Like that, these kind of topics, rather than leaving, can we go reverse ki question answer se padhte hain? Whatever are the important question answers, we will cover up in today's class. And in just 1 hour, we will do quality wise, quantity wise, marking wise, what is important and close. Monday, next class, we are doing the search and survey, which is, frankly speaking, a part of the assessment procedure which is already over. 143, 144, 147 wahi karwana tha, but then we started international taxation, so I will take that. And you will be getting recording. I mean, so already uploaded in the apps are the videos after that, that is ICDS, just recently recorded, no change. And one thing, dear students, very important, penalties and prosecutions, which are important, are already included in every chapter. Did you notice that? Very important are the penalties and prosecutions of transfer pricing. Already transfer pricing में बता दिया, 92D नहीं है तो 5 lakh rupees, बाकी नहीं है तो 2% of the transaction value of the transfer pricing. Those will be the penalties. So like this, only important penalties, 270 AA and all, which are important. Tax audit नहीं किया तो those are covered in the video. So do watch that at whatever speed. I know you all are watching recording. Students are saying we are watching recording at 1.25 and 1.5 speed to complete it. Your wish. That's not my part. I have given you to watch it 1.5. You jab dekh rahe 1.5 likha hai, but every video is 1.5 hours and I have put hours only, 3 to 4 hours. So aram se you can watch 2 times whenever you wish. Okay. So coming 2 classes would be the last classes for our live classes. After that, from my side, I'm not closing. I'm going to take up whenever possible. I'll inform you in prior 2 to 3 important live classes. One is for discussing the recent model papers, the mock test papers, what they have given for the upcoming exam. And one more, which one I decided, for the case studies. Okay. So all the important case studies we will gather and we will discuss. Right. Chalo. Okay. What I am discussing now, that also I want to share it orally. बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक है. एंड इन योर मिसलेनियस प्रोविजंस 269 SST के बाद it is given on page number 270. Page number 270. 285B and 285BB. Now, what are these sections? 280 onwards, abhi 292 notice, all these are procedural sections. So just listen carefully orally. What is 285B? Okay. 285B says that as an SSC, it's my duty to report to department what is my income, what is my expense, what is my earning, what are my drawings, what are my spending. Na pura computation of income, computation of tax, trading PNL, I should do submit. Now, department is trying to put up, ek jal bich raha hai. In that, they call it as 285B statement, and they are asking other people to submit the information about Dipti Chheda as an SSC. How? For example, all my bank accounts are there in one bank and PAN card details are there. Now they have told to bank to submit AIS, annual information statement, that who are the people who have made more than this much FD with you, who are the people who have withdrawn cash from their account or deposited cash in their account. So the bank is reporting to the department that Dipti Chheda with this PAN number has withdrawn, deposited and all. Then hotels, restaurants, clubs, Clubs need to report that these are the people who have taken more than 5 lakh yearly membership with us. Companies need to report that Dipti Chheda throughout the year 3 to 4 times she has purchased shares of our company Reliance Industries above 10 lakh rupees. So my side information, money exchanger, Dipti Chheda has traveled to Europe and for that 10 lakh rupees, she has purchased the foreign conversion currency. So in my drawings, I am showing drawings 2 lakh रुपए. Department knows कि मेरा drawing 2 lakh रुपए नहीं है, 10 lakh रुपए तो यूरोप के लिए खर्च किए हैं. So like this, whenever you do huge transactions, now what is huge transactions? वो हम अभी पढ़ेंगे. But whenever you do huge transactions, that is being reported to the department. Okay. And this is surely asked in MCQ and 2 mark, very scoring question. Simple way I'll do it. Huge transactions directly by various authorities are reported by the department. That is called as annual information statement, section 285B. Now attached to it is 285BB. That also I'm saying orally. When I read, it will be very clear. When all this information is going to the department, this is all electronic format all. Now department's duty is to segregate and then auto draft whatever is my data in my PAN card account number. You know, जैसे हमारा बैंक अकाउंट है ना, it's like digital bank account. पैसे दिखते थोड़ी है मेरे बैंक में 4 लाख है, 4 लाख कांच के कबर्ड से दिखते नहीं. It's a balance, right? So like that, my account is there with the PAN card, and that is called as 26 Ais. In 26 Ais, everything will be auto drop. That Dipti Chheda has done purchases worth above 10 lakhs from the credit card. ये किया है, वो किया है, वो किया है. So, you know, department is already having so much information about the SSE before SSE giving it. It happened with my colleague. She went to file the return and then the auditor only said, oh, 2 lakh rupees you have converted currency. आपको कैसे पता? हम बाली गए थे तब किए थे convert. आपको कैसे पता? तो like this. So this is it that अभी तक 100% you know this core ये solutions पूरे internet के सब अभी तक interlink नहीं हुआ है, but the process is going on. So lot of information. Let me tell you, one of the recent update is whatever turnover you are showing in the GST na, that is auto dropped in your 26 years. You can't show different turnover in the GST and income tax. No one will do that. But suppose if you are trying to manipulate कि हाँ GST में तो 20 लाख के ऊपर टर्नओवर बताना, यहाँ तो चलेगा, कम बताते हैं. 44 AD में कम टर्नओवर का 8% नेट प्रॉफिट भी कम आएगा, कम टैक्स पे करेंगे. No, it's linked. All these are linked. Clear to all of you? Ma'am, if my bank, my club, my credit card agency, if they don't furnish the information, then वो लोग बोलेंगे अरे अरे सॉरी दीप्ति छेड़ा ने भी 10 लाख के ऊपर क्रेडिट कार्ड से शॉपिंग की है, हम बताना भूल गए. कौन? क्रेडिट कार्ड एजेंसी, बैंक्स, स्टैम्प ड्यूटीज, सब रजिस्ट्रार्स, they are reporting to the department that Dipti Chheda has purchased property, sold the property above this amount. इसीलिए when you do these kind of transactions, they ask you PAN card. You go to buy jewelry above 2,50,000, you demand bill, they will say PAN card. Because the jewelry store is sending to the department that Dipti Chheda has purchased 3 lakh jewelry in this PAN card. This is a very important topic practically and of course important for exam. That's why I'm taking. Any doubt on what I said, my way of explanation, is it clear to you? Now the question is, if they don't report, then there's a penalty for them. And that is per day, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, like that, which is huge. So why they would to honestly just collect all the data, you know, कैसे filters हैं. Filter के ऊपर transaction गए तो auto drop होके जाते हैं, and then that is uploaded in the Excel to the department. So this is all the detail. Let us check it very quickly right now. ये रहा देखो. What I said to all of you, this theory, this concept we can skip. बाद में देखेंगे. SFT is specified financial transaction I'm writing, but I want all of you to write this term as AIS also. AIS. annual information system. AIS. Clear? Sure. Let us quickly check what, how, where. The statement of financial transactions, SFT, or it is called as AIS, is required to be furnished in 285 BA, and it shall be furnished by every person in the column number 3 of the table below in respect of all the transactions which are specified in column 2. So who is going to submit to department? These people. What kind of transaction? These transactions. Just 1 second. Huh? Read the first one. जैसे पैन कार्ड और रिटर्न है ना, वैसे कुछ लिमिट्स है, वो याद रखनी पड़ेगी आप. Exam and say. Okay, now first let us check all the transactions. Okay, what kind of information is going to department? So there are 11 transactions. Let us see. First information is going from bank, including cooperative bank. Payment made in cash for purchase of DDs, demand draft, or pay orders above 10 lakhs or more. So DD, see, nowadays तो अब कम हो गया है because of online payment. But even if you are making DDs pay orders, you can give check and then make the pay orders. If you are paying cash and making DDs of 10 lakhs, they will report. Payment in cash aggregating 10 lakhs or more during financial year for the purpose of prepaid instrument issued by RBI under the payment and settlement. So they have paid cash more than 10 lakhs for the purchase of the prepaid instrument. What are called as the prepaid instruments, you know, like जिसमें पैसे पहले से होते हैं and then you use it, like those smart cards. Smart cards are there, or you call it as online wallets. So through banks, you get those smart cards, online wallets and all. But for buying them, you pay above 10 lakhs in cash. DD बनाने के लिए above 10 lakhs in cash. Or cash deposit or cash withdrawal through bearer check. Bearer check is as good as cash. Aggregating 50 lakhs or more in a financial year from one or more current account. एक बैंक के 2-3 करंट अकाउंट है तो सब मिला के, बट दीज लिमिट्स फॉर डिपॉजिट्स एंड विड्रॉल, यहाँ पे लिखो चेक लिमिट सेपरेटली फॉर डिपॉजिट एंड withdrawal. Check limits separately for deposit and withdrawal. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? In your own current account, you have deposited cash above 50 lakhs or you have withdrawn the cash above 50 lakhs, then it will be caught up. I mean, say that reporting will go. If you have withdrawn 30 lakhs and if you have deposited 30 lakhs, so 30 kitna hoga? 60. No, it will not be reported. Am I clear? You want me to give example in writing or clear? 50 lakhs limits for deposits and withdrawal, you have to check separately. If your deposits are 30 lakhs and your say deposits are 30 lakhs and your withdrawals are also 30 lakhs, तो मिला के तो 60 है, but these limits are to be checked separately. Is this clear to all of you? Right. Cash deposit aggregating to 10 lakhs or more in a financial year in one or more account other than current account of a person. So cash deposit aggregating to rupees 10 lakhs or more in a financial year in one or more current account of a person. Same. Banks will also report, cooperative bank, and this time even the post office will report if you deposit 10 lakhs or more in account other than, ये तो current account है जो आपका business account है 50 lakh वाला, and here the cash deposit 10 lakhs other than current account and FD, that is nothing but your saving account, nothing but your saving account. तो सेविंग अकाउंट में आप कितना कर रहे हैं, डिपॉजिट 10 लाख के ऊपर, तो रिपोर्ट जाएगा. विड्रॉल कर रहे हैं, दे हैव नॉट गिवन, बट विड्रॉल में भी पैन कार्ड की डिटेल्स तो पूछते ही हैं. So depositing aggregating 10 lakh or more in one of the saving account. Now, one or more time deposit. What is time deposit? Please write here FDs. Other than time deposit through renewal. Renewal कर रहे तो no problem. But नया FD of a person aggregating 10 lakh. Now it is not in cash. बस एक बैंक में, single bank में you have made FDs above 10 lakh. Bank will report. Dipti Chheda is making an FD of 12 lakhs. It's not in cash, कोई जरूरी नहीं है. So banking company, cooperative bank, postmaster, Nidhi, NBFCs and all. Here FDs, even if you make in bank, in the post office, Nidhi and all are like chit fund. यहाँ पे लिखो chit fund होते हैं ना, वहां पे आपने FD कराया, या NBFC है, नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल कॉर्पोरेशन. If you are making FD above 10 lakhs, report is going to department. Payments made by any person of an amount aggregating to 1 lakh or more in cash or 10 lakh or more by any other mode against bills raised in respect of one or more credit cards to that financial year. See, banks has issued you credit card. Every bank is giving. I have HDFC बैंक का क्रेडिट कार्ड. ओके, तो अब ये क्रेडिट कार्ड के बिल 10 लाख से ज्यादा, 1 लाख से ज्यादा तो कैश में, और 10 लाख से ज्यादा बाय एनी अदर मोड, but it is reported to department that Dipti Chheda has used credit cards for payment above 10 lakh rupees. May not be in cash. You know, in the credit card से हम पेमेंट करते हैं और फिर बैंक से वो उसको सेटल करते हैं क्रेडिट कार्ड को. तो I did it online settlement. I didn't use cash. But have I used my credit card for transactions above 10 lakh rupees? Auto reported. 1 lakh or more in cash? Auto reported. ठीक है? Right. चलो. Next, what it is, a company or institution issuing bonds and debentures. If they receive from any person an amount aggregating 10 lakh or more for purchasing bonds throughout the year. Ma'am, can it be in breaks? Yes. Okay. Rupee, यहाँ पे लिख दो please. Rupees 10 lakhs or more in parts allowed. तो भी रिपोर्ट होगा. मतलब आपने क्या किए, एबीसी कॉर्पोरेट कंपनी के 6 लाख के डिबेंचर खरीदे, फिर 3 लाख के खरीदे, फिर 3 लाख के खरीदे, थ्रू आउट द ईयर 10 लाख क्रॉस हो गया ना, दे विल रिपोर्ट इन द एएस. हु? कंपनी. Is my speed fine? Any confusion is there? Unmute and ask, or you can put the message in chat box. Okay. A company issuing shares. पहले आप इंडिविजुअली पढ़ लो, फिर हाउ टू रिमेंबर द लिमिट्स आई विल से. अ कंपनी इज इशूइंग शेयर्स. Okay, very important is 10 lakhs. You have purchased new bonds. Renewal of the bond nahi chalega. Same way, renewal of the FD will not be counted. Company is issuing shares above 10 lakhs or more in financial year for acquiring shares, including application money. कहीं शेयर्स नहीं भी मिले, पर अगर अप्लाइड भी 10 लाख के ऊपर है तो इट विल बी रिपोर्टेड. कंपनी लिस्टेड इन स्टॉक एक्सचेंज. You know, companies, they do buyback of shares. Let me tell you once again, for you as a shareholder, dear student, you sell the shares in the secondary market or you sell the shares to the company, buyback. It's the same. Yes. So buyback of shares from any person other than shares bought in open market for an amount or value aggregating to 10 lakh or more in a financial year. ठीक है, राइट? तो अगर बायबैक भी कर रहे हैं तो एज गुड एज शेयर होल्डर सेल कर रहे हैं ना, तो आप 10 लाख से ज्यादा सेल कर रहे हैं एंड कंपनी इज बाइंग बैक फ्रॉम यू, देन ऑल्सो कंपनी विल रिपोर्ट. म्यूचुअल फंड or a trustee of mutual fund where you have purchased, they are receiving 10 lakhs or above for acquired units of the mutual fund other than amount received on account of transfer from one mutual. Within the mutual fund also shifting goes on, yahan se wahan se yahan, wo nahi. पर अगर नए म्यूचुअल फंड हम खरीद रहे हैं तो authorized person as referred to in section 2C of FEMA Act, receipt from any person for sale of foreign currency, including any credit of such currency to foreign exchange card or expense through a debit card or through credit card or through traveler's check or other instruments of 10 lakhs and above. 10 लाख से ज्यादा आपने फॉरेन करेंसी एक्सचेंज की है कोई भी मोड से, कार्ड से पेमेंट करके, बैंक से, कोई भी, इंस्पेक्टर, रजिस्ट्रार, सब रजिस्ट्रार, जहां पे हम प्रॉपर्टी रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए जाते हैं, परचेज और सेल ऑफ इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी अबव 30 lakhs. So I should show in income tax if I've sold the property and purchased the property. If I try to hide, department is already having information, Dipti Chheda has purchased this much property, ye beche, all that. This one is superb for MCQs. Mark it, very important. Any person who's liable for audit under section 44A(b). Any person who's liable for audit under 44A(b). राइट? तो अगर आपके बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स ऑडिट हो रहे हैं, मे बी यू आर स्मॉल इंडिविजुअल, HUF छोटा सा पार्टनरशिप फर्म है, and received of payment exceeding 2 lakh for sale of any goods or services other than 1 to 10. So you go to a jewelry store का ऑडिट हो रहा है, उनको बोलो कि 2 लाख रुपए से ऊपर हमको ज्वेलरी लेनी है, and they receive from Dipti Chheda 3 lakh rupees. Will they report? Yes. So this is like, what is not covered in 1 to 10, each and every transaction is covered here. Check, check, check. Are all the transactions clear to you? Ma'am, should we learn this list? No. But if you can remember the limit, take a pause. This same topic is there in PAN card. What are the cases where you have to report the PAN card? Four-wheeler registration, purchasing of shares and mutual funds, and वहां भी था, वहां 50,000 की लिमिट थी. 50,000 के ऊपर का FD भी करवाए, बैंक में डिपॉजिट, विड्रॉल, ये वो, तो पैन कार्ड देना है. देयर, दिस इज व्हाट, दिस इज रिपोर्टिंग नॉट बाय मी. पैन कार्ड आई हैव टू गिव व्हेन आई एम डूइंग द ट्रांजैक्शन. अबर लिमिट, these are the reportings by third party about me ki Dipti Chheda has done all the transaction. So how to remember? Generally for all the kind of the transactions, 11 transactions, the limit is 10 lakhs. If you are purchasing shares of the company, bonds of the company, mutual fund units, या FDs in the bank and all, तो हर जगह पे the limit is 10 lakh rupees. क्रेडिट कार्ड से अगर पेमेंट कर रहे हैं आप, ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहे हैं अबव 10 lakhs, it will be reported. But same credit card if you are doing it in cash, 1 lakh के ऊपर ही होगा तो रिपोर्ट हो जाएगा. ठीक है, right? So like this, let us check up once how to remember it, and then we'll go to the next topic. Okay, let us see this. First of all, banks, what they will report, if anyone has made DDs in the bank by paying cash above 10 lakhs, or anyone has purchased smart card wallets, prepaid, purchase of prepaid instruments 10 lakhs above in cash. बैंक में कैश डाल के डीडी बनाते हैं, कैश डाल के उनसे स्मार्ट कार्ड और ऑनलाइन वॉलेट्स लेते हैं. ओके, or cash deposit and withdrawal in your current account above 50 lakhs, in your saving account above 10 lakhs, FD above 10 lakhs, naya wala FD, credit card payments above 10 lakhs, in cash above 1 lakhs. Then bonds purchase above 10 lakhs, shares purchase above 10 lakhs, mutual fund खरीदे above 10 lakhs, units खरीदे above 10 lakhs, buyback है above 10 lakhs, करेंसी एक्सचेंज किए above 10 lakhs, प्रॉपर्टी रजिस्टर किए above 30 lakhs, and a person who is liable for audit under section 44AB. So in these cases, which is not covered in 1 to 10, any transaction wherein they have received cash payment exceeding 2 lakh for sale, okay, right, by any person of goods and services. मतलब आप कुछ गुड्स लो, सर्विसेज लो, 2 लाख के ऊपर अगर आप कैश पेमेंट दे रहे हो तो अदर पार्टी will report. So and so person has visited our store and they have purchased the goods and all. 2 लाख से ऊपर शॉपिंग भी कर लो तो कैश में तो रिपोर्ट हो जाएगा. ठीक है. अब इन सब के लिए ना एक कॉमन कॉन्सेप्ट है. द रिपोर्टिंग मेंशन्ड इन कॉलम 3 अदर देन सीरियल नंबर 10 एंड 11, लास्ट के दो सब रजिस्ट्रार और ये उनके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन है. टेक इनटू अकाउंट ऑल द अकाउंट्स ऑफ सेम नेचर. सो जब आप, दैट मीन्स if more than one saving account is there, you have to take the limit of all the saving accounts से deposit cash in the saving account above 10 lakhs. ये था ना. So if you have 2-3 saving accounts, सब deposit cash in your current account. Then if you have 2 current account, मिला के you will take it. So in short, wherever it is the limit, you have to take into account all the accounts of the same nature. You will take into account all the accounts of the same nature. ठीक है? Right. चलो next. Aggregate of all the transactions of same nature as specified in 2 to be recorded in that person, in respect of that person throughout the financial year. Just now I told you, no, if you are purchasing the shares of the company, bonds, the mutual funds, the FDs, so throughout the year, for the first purchase of shares 6 lakh, next purchase 5 lakh, individually it does not exceed 10 lakh, but together as it exceeding 10 lakhs, yes, it will be reported. Attribute the entire value of the transaction or aggregate value of all transactions in case where account is maintained or transaction is recorded in the name of more than one person. Okay. Attribute to entire value of the transactions and all the transactions. अगर joint है तो joint में दोनों के लिए अलग अलग लिमिट नहीं है. Me and my husband are having a joint saving account. Then for saving account 10 lakhs is the limit. 20 lakhs नहीं हो जाएगा. समझ में आ रहा है? तो ये कुछ कॉमन पॉइंट्स हैं. अप्लाई द थ्रेशोल्ड लिमिट सेपरेटली टू डिपॉजिट्स एंड विड्रॉल्स इन ट्रांजैक्शंस सीरियल नंबर 1, वो करंट अकाउंट में विड्रॉल और डिपॉजिट का लिमिट. सो कैश डिपॉजिट एंड विड्रॉल इन करंट अकाउंट 50 lakhs is the limit separately. How is it? Is this clear to all of you? 285B बी भी करेंगे अभी, पर इससे रिलेटेड जो थोड़ा सा थ्योरी है ना वो एक बार देख लेते हैं. Obligation to, now just I'm reading what is very important. Obligation to furnish the statement of financial statement or reportable account, 285BA. Okay, right. It imposes obligation on specified person, banks, registrars, companies to furnish financial transactions. Thus, the section also provides for furnishing of statement by prescribed reporting institutes in respect of transactions or reportable account. 285BA, the following person who are responsible for registering or maintaining books of accounts or other record and all are required to furnish a statement in specified financial transactions and all. Who are required to furnish? And for whom? SSC, prescribed person, local authority, sub registrar, post, ये कौन देगा मतलब, हाँ? SEBI, RBI, FDs, financial institutions, sub. Which kind of transaction? Transaction of purchase, sale, exchange, rendering of service, work contract, investment, loan, sub. All these transactions are reported by what due date? 31st May. After the financial year 20 to 23 is over, the next 31st May तक आपको submit करना है. मैम हर महीने ऐसे कुछ देना है? नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं ना. Yearly once you have to give. The prescribed income tax considers statements and he may intimate the defect of person who has furnished and give him time. अगर कुछ गलती से रह गया है, नहीं दिया है, तो 30 days के अंदर rectify करना है. And if the defect is not rectified, then as if you have not submitted, and if you don't submit, you will be penalized. See how. Mark this important for MCQs and other questions. In case of non-furnishing of SFT within the due date, prescribed income tax authority may serve notice upon person requiring him to furnish within a period not exceeding 30 days, and he shall furnish the statement. If reporting person does not furnish SFT within original due date, penalty of 500 per day. If no report is furnished, even after the extended days, 30 days ka time diya, then penalty of 1000 per day will be levied from the day immediately following the day on which specified time in the notice expires. Take your time. Is it clear? See, if you are a bank or post office or mutual fund or chit fund or company, you need to report the transactions which have crossed the limits, make a list, and you need to report it by 31st May, by after the end of the financial year, right or not? Okay. But if they have not reported, 30 days time is given to you, but in that 30 days also, ओरिजिनल ड्यू डेट में नहीं दिया तो 30 डेज में भी 500 पर डे का पेनल्टी लगेगा. बट अगर 30 डेज क्रॉस हो गए, दे गिविंग यू एडिशनल टाइम, स्टिल इफ यू आर नॉट सबमिटिंग, then it is like 1000 per day. Okay, right? So overall penalty is 500 per day from the expiry of original due date till the due date mentioned in notice, and 1000 beyond that. Good, right? Clear? And if they submit wrong information, again they'll be giving time to correct it. Penalty of 50,000 will be levied on prescribed reporting if it provides inaccurate information, whereas inaccuracy is due to failure to comply with the prescribed diligence requirement and all, or the person knows inaccuracy and all, it will give in time. See, simple thing is, अगर गलती से रह गया है, लेट हो गया है, तो 500 पर डे के साथ सबमिट करो, नहीं तो after that 1000 per day. But you are submitting on time and you are giving wrong information, fraud information, then the penalty is 50,000. Okay, government will make prescribed rules and all, and this list is, I hope, clear. I'm going with the proper speed. I hope what is required to the point. कुछ हम extra नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं. Up to 85 BB. What is BA? You need to report these transactions. BB is, now is the department getting so much of data? Should they segregate and put all my data in my account? Okay, sub registrar से information आया, Dipti Chheda has sold property. Company से information आया, Dipti Chheda has purchased sale. Mutual fund, she has invested. So all this need to be segregated, and this needs to be put up in my 26 AS, linked with my PAN card. ये किसका काम है? Income tax department, right? Okay. Sorry, I missed from where last we have discussed. Once again, I'll revise. 285BA is clear. All the transactions will be reported by department by 31st of May. right? And related to that, okay, whatever information these banks and sub registrar and all are giving to the department will process it and auto drop in my digital account, that is form number 26 AS. Okay, right? They will segregate what is this SSCs, TDS, TCS, other specified transactions like 10 lakh के ऊपर purchase sale जो भी है, they will all auto drop in the separate account. What is my assessment proceedings, what is refund, and so on. Okay, right. चलो ठीक है, क्लियर है ये. Okay, 287 I have done. Once again, I want to revise. See, when there is a raid or something is unearthed, that assets are recovered, undisclosed assets, then should this information with the facts, figures, and report, should it go it in the newspapers, publications? Yes, if the central government feels so, कि so and so person has got unexplained asset of these many crores और उनके sister concern और सब पे रेड हुई है, ये information public को मालूम होना चाहिए. They can report. If central government is of opinion that it is necessary or expedient in the public interest to publish the name of SSC and other particulars and all, then they will report. No publication under this section shall be made in relation to any penalty imposed under this act until the time for presenting an appeal to commissioner appeal has expired, without an appeal having been presented. तो अगर कुछ केस है और अपील्स का टाइम है तो तब तक मत रिपोर्ट करो. Let the SSC decide, no, he wants to go for commissioner appeals or not. And if someone celebrity actor or cricketer and all are paying advance tax, and if it is huge amount they feel like reporting, they can. In case of firm, company, AOP, name of partners and managers, secretaries and all may be published if required. So many times we see there is an raid and this much amount is recovered from a person, but कौन person है उसका नाम नहीं बता रहे. So depending on the necessity, it will be decided by central government. Appearance by registered valuer in certain matters. Okay, right. So whenever there is a case against an SSC and it is related to valuation of land or property or building or something, instead of the SSC, can they send their representative who is a registered certified valuer? Yes. An SSC who is entitled to attend before department in connection with matters relating to valuation of assets can attend personally. Otherwise, then when required to attend personally, on oath may be attended by registered valuer. तो आप valuer को भी भेज सकते हो. Now, appearance by authorized representative. अब इसका सिर्फ gist याद रख लो. बड़ा सा लिस्ट है कि when there is department is calling कि ये books लेके ये ward में आके हमको मिलना, आपका case scrutiny में है and all. तो they are calling upon SSC. SSC saying I know how to do business. ये सब मुझे नहीं समझ में आता. Can the chartered accountant or his tax consultant, can they represent the SSC? Answer is yes. Huh? So whenever you need to attend to income tax office, it definitely 99.9% the SSCs won't go. They will send their representatives, authorized representative, और वो लेटर लिख के लेके जाते to whomsoever it may concern. I, Dipti Chheda, I am authorizing Shrikant as my authorized representative. So the question is, what should be his qualification? And you know, sometimes they say that you can come with authorized representative, but SSC को भी आना पड़ेगा. तो फिर ठीक है. Okay, चलो. Now, so appearance by authorized representative. So who can be authorized representative? It's a big list. Whatever is important, I'm saying that much you remember, because 2 times they have asked write a short note theory question. Who will be the authorized representative? An SSE who is entitled to attend income tax department or tribunal and all with any proceedings under act other than 131. 131 क्या है? Personally आके मिलो हमसे, तो फिर तो खुद ही जाना पड़ेगा. May subject to be provisions of this act be attended by authorized representative. Authorized representative means a person authorized by SSE in writing to appear on this behalf, and a person relating to SSE in any manner, or person regularly employed by SSE. तो ये आपको एग्जाम में लिखना पड़ेगा इतना. Who can be the authorized representative? A person to the SSE in any manner regularly employed by SSE. जो आपका regular employee है वो. Officer of a scheduled bank with the SSE who maintains a current account. Any officer of a scheduled bank with which SSE maintains a current account. Okay. Legal practitioner, जो उसके बिहाफ पे लीगल प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, और अकाउंटेंट. अकाउंटेंट मीन्स चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट आएगा, और पर्सन हु हैज पास्ड अकाउंटेंसी एग्जाम इन एनी ऑफ द बोर्ड, CA CMA CS. So this you have to write. Who can represent SSE with the department? Then authorized representative, that is S person related to SSE in any manner regularly employed, scheduled banks, legal practitioners, accountant and all. ठीक है? Right. Following accountancy exams are recognized. ये सब यूनिवर्सिटी के एग्जाम्स, और बट यहाँ पे इम्पोर्टेंट है कि CS CMA ये चलेगा, आपका रेवेन्यू का एग्जाम है वो चलेगा. पर्सन वाज क्वालिफाइड फ्रॉम यूनिवर्सिटीज, बीकॉम ग्रेजुएशन की डिग्री है तो भी चलेगा. अकाउंटेंट मीन्स चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट वाज क्वालिफाइड द एग्जाम and who holds COP. See, if you are just a CA, can you represent? Not necessarily, frankly. But if you are a chartered accountant who's having certificate of practice, you can represent your SSE. फिर अगर वो CA है और जॉब में और कोई कैपेसिटी में है, एम्प्लॉई है कंपनी का, शेड्यूल्ड बैंक में उसका करंट अकाउंट है, तो ही में. या वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज accountant. Okay, accountant means chartered accountant. He can also represent. In case SSE being a person company, the person who is not eligible for appointment of auditor of said company. Auditor and these representatives, they are not generally same. So in case of SSE being a company, the person who is not eligible for appointment as auditor. क्योंकि auditor तो company के favor में ही काम करेगा ना. In any other case, SSE himself can go, or he can send any of his relatives and officers and all. Okay. Now these points are very important. Ki when we are sending a third person, a representative SSE to the department, then थोड़े restrictions हैं कि the relative may hold security or interest not exceeding face value 1 lakh. See, instead of me, if I am sending my relative should not hold more than 1 lakh security in my company. Otherwise, he will be biased. Are you all getting? Indebted to SSE. Relative may be indebted to company not exceeding 1 lakh, or has given a guarantee for a third person above 1 lakh. Just a common GK. Can you please put in bracket what I am writing? Write a short note, then these people can be the representatives. उसके regular employee, शेड्यूल्ड बैंक के कोई ऑफिसर, लीगल प्रैक्टिशनर्स, that is advocate, accountant, or any person who has passed accountancy exam from any of the 3 boards, CA CMA CS, or from universities and all. तो ठीक है, सब चलेगा. But the thing is कि if you are sending a representative for a company or a concern, he should not hold more than 1 lakh shares in the company. He should not be indebted to the company for more than 1 lakh, or he should have not given the guarantee to a third person. Otherwise, he will be biased. Right? But a person who directly or indirectly has business relations such as maybe prescribed the business आप कर रहे हैं और उससे related आपके transactions हैं company के साथ, then no problem. Commercial transactions are no problem. Now, who is disqualified? Mark this important. Acha, who is qualified is clear? SSC's employees, his banker, advocate who is practicing civil code, CMA, CA, CS exam, or university's exam if you have cleared. Now, who is not allowed? Who is removed or dismissed from government service? He cannot. All the time. Convicted of offense connected with any income tax proceeding or whom a penalty has been imposed, such time as the principal commissioner or chief commissioner may by order determine. So if someone has offense किया है कुछ income tax proceeding or who has penalty, okay, खुद ही guilty है, तो फिर he cannot represent, no, he is convicted of offense. और a person who is insolvent, खुद ही डूब गए, तो आप दूसरों को क्या represent करोगे? Period during which insolvency continues. Convicted by court for an offense involving fraud, then 10 years. देखो clear है कि नहीं? Who cannot represent with the department? A person who is dismissed from government, or a person who is already convicted in the offense, or he is insolvent, or he is caught up convicted in the court of offense for fraud. So 10 years. Yes. If any person who is a legal practitioner or accountant is found guilty of misconduct, matlab koi, you are sending a CA to represent and he is guilty. So, institute has its own disciplinary measure, like we can call it as code of conduct. इंस्टीट्यूट का अपना कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट है. आपने कभी देखे हैं पेपर में ऐड आ रहा है, पेम्पलेट आ रहा है, 3 ऑडिट पे 1 ऑडिट फ्री, करवा लो. नो, because it's against, if I do that I will be stopped and I cannot do my practice. Have you seen any fancy CA के boards जो practice में छोटा सा board रहता है 1.5 by 1.5, वो भी black and white, neon चमकता नहीं. तो I'm just talking for CA, with CA, CMA, CS, these professional bodies, they have their own code of conduct, disciplinary measure. And if you are caught up, you will not be allowed to practice and represent. Maybe for 3 years, 5 years, lifetime, depending. So if a person is found guilty in his professional capacity by an authority entitled to disciplinary measures, an order passed by that authority shall have effect in relation to his right to attend before an income tax authority, and connection with income tax proceeding by chief commissioner or commissioner having requisite jurisdiction may direct he shall be disqualified. Okay. Such order or direction shall be subject to following condition. No such order shall be made unless he has been given opportunity of word. A person against whom such order ki you are disqualified within 1 month of making order, appeal to board to have the order cancelled. No such order shall have the effect until expiry of 1 month where an appeal has been preferred and ordered. ठीक है, तो उसके अगेंस्ट भी हैं. अब रिलेटिव्स, सी शेयर्स और ये है ना, एसएससी भी नहीं और एसएससी के रिलेटिव भी नहीं. See, if I am being the audit, I want to represent ABC code, then my wife should also not hold more than 1 lakh share or should be indebted. SSC or his relative, दोनों नहीं होने चाहिए. तो रिलेटिव का डेफिनेशन क्या है? स्पाउस, ब्रदर, सिस्टर, लीनियल असेंडेंट, प्लस साइन, यू आर हियर, parents, grandparents, son, grandson, brother, sister, their spouse, and so on. Yes. And we all know that 288A and B, income tax, total income is to be rounded off in multiples of 10 rupees. Tax is also to be rounded off in the multiple of 10 rupees. But last tax, silly mistake nahi karna. Tax, surcharge, e-cess, minus TDS, सब करने के बाद whatever tax you need to pay, if it is 2093, then make it 2090. If it is 2093, then 90. And if it is 2097, then make it 100. Okay. So here we complete with this. Shall I pause? You want to ask any doubts? Otherwise, just 10 minutes more, we have some question answers, which are, ये टॉपिक को मैंने बोला ना रिवर्स पढ़ लेना. कुछ ऐसे क्वेश्चंस हैं जो जैसे नोटिस से रिलेटेड एक दो क्वेश्चन है विच आई हैव गिवन यू इन असेसमेंट प्रोसीजर, आई हैव गिवन यू इन द कलेक्शन एंड रिकवरी ऑफ टैक्सेस ऑल्सो, और यहाँ पे भी. ठीक है. पूछो. Otherwise, directly we'll discuss some question answers. Same can come again. All right, very quickly now, let us discuss some questions which are like repeatedly asked and the language is good. So I have printed them along with answers. Virat is a ship liner used in carrying passengers and cargo. Acha, this topic actually is starting with equalization levy, tonnage tax and all. So you are getting all these questions also, hai na? Virat is a ship liner used in carrying passengers and cargo owned by some company in London. The ship carried cargo June 22 from Singapore to Mumbai and vice versa and collected charges thereof. It left Mumbai port in June 22 for journey to Korea. No other journey to India was undertaken by any of the vessels of company, and non-resident company has authorized its Indian agent to comply with the income tax provisions. You are consulted by company to explain about the procedure as to return of income should be filed and period within which assessment thereof will be completed. Foreign ship coming to India, unloading goods, mail, passengers on and taking, they need to obtain the tax clearance certificate and leave. अगर याद होगा तो हमने और एक चैप्टर में भी पढ़ा था कि टैक्स क्लियरेंस सर्टिफिकेट लेके टैक्स पे करके देन ओनली दे आर अलाउड टू लीव. But sometimes if the master of the crew is giving it in writing, it's not possible to pay the tax now. We are leaving, but promise within the coming 30 days, our agent is there in India. Who is agent? कुछ पी होगा जो उसका काम देख रहा है इंडिया में. He will surely file the return and pay the tax and all. Then no problem. Allowed to leave. Right. और अगर उन्होंने रिटर्न फाइल भी किया है तो कितने टाइम में कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. ओके, सो लेट अस सी. Son of London shall be required to file the return. Yes, पहले तो required to file the return. Underline the clue word. Now, however, as per 172.3, this is there in the non-resident taxation also, where AO is satisfied they are not possible for the master of the ship to furnish before departure, and if satisfactory arrangements have been made for filing of return and payment of tax, he may permit filing of return within 30 days of the departure. ठीक है, कभी कभी अगर पॉसिबल नहीं है तो उनको जाने दो. We will file the return within 30 days. Indian agents. And 172.4a provides time limit of 9 months for the completion of the assessment, and period of 9 months will be reckoned from the end of financial year in which the return is furnished. पहले तो ship will not be allowed to leave the port unless they pay the taxes and all. If not, they can leave, but promise within 30 days so and so is our representative, he will do. And whenever he is filing the return within 9 months, the assessment will be completed. Done. Directors of private company are personally liable to pay income tax due from company, but their liability does not extend towards interest and penalty. False. Is this correct or not? False. If directors are responsible to pay taxes, then on taxes, interest, penalty, everything they will be responsible. But of course, directors का जो liability है वो limited रहता है. It will not go beyond what is there available, and if they can prove कि नहीं हमको तो मालूम ही था ये पूरा fraud दूसरे director ने किया था हमको तो they might escape also. But once they are liable to pay the tax, तो फिर सब interest penalties हैं. Section 179 contains the provisions relating to liability of directors of a private company in liquidation. in respect of tax due from the company. Where any tax is due from a private company in respect of income of previous year or other company in respect of income of previous year to which such other company was a private company cannot be recovered, then every person who was a director, okay, shall be jointly and severally liable for payment of tax. सब directors की responsibility है. However, director shall not be liable if he can prove that non-recovery cannot be attributable to the gross neglect or misfeasance or breach of duty on his part. मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था और ये पूरा दूसरे डायरेक्टर ने किया है. Explanation to section 139 clarifies that expression tax due includes penalty, interest, other sum payment. Therefore, director's liability is not confined to tax alone, but extends to penalty, interest, and all also. Question clear, Annie? Two things are answered. Once the director is liable to pay the tax, तो फिर interest penalty सब pay करना पड़ेगा. And all the directors are jointly and severally liable. Underline the clue point what I have underlined. And if they are jointly and severally liable, but if they can prove कि हमारी गलती नहीं थी, okay, then it is not the gross negligence, then they may escape. ठीक है, right? 2 minutes just. Is the question clear? Ma'am, should we write like this? The language is very typical, dear students. Write it in points. ऐसे commenting के question भी point में लिखो. Make this as your point 1, make this as your point 2, and ये negligence वाला third. Or once you are liable, दोनों 4. Point में लिखो and with the same pen, not with pencil but black ballpoint pen with which you are writing your answer, underline the clue words. ठीक है? Right. In respect of taxes due from a private limited company which could not be recovered from it, the TRO, tax recovery officer, there's one more chapter called as collection and recovery of taxes. वहां के भी कुछ questions है, but these are all like very common, so I've given them all together. In respect of taxes due from private company which could not be recovered from it, the TRO attached the properties of an erstwhile director for recovery thereof. It was contended by director that the notice under 156 has not been served on him. Okay, and hence it is not legal. It's okay. अगर कंपनी की कुछ लाइबिलिटी है तो डायरेक्टर्स को ही नोटिस देंगे ना. डायरेक्टर्स कैन नॉट से कि वी आर नॉट लायबल क्योंकि हमको कोई पर्सनल नोटिस नहीं आई है. Liability of director of private company for arrears for company is provided in 179. 179 is you can give notice to the directors. ये question में भी है ये question. There's no necessity to issue a notice to directors because the position of person is fastened is equated to SSC in default. कंपनी में कुछ गलत हो रहा है तो डायरेक्टर्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल बाय डिफॉल्ट. So for the purpose of 244, the person held liable would be deemed to be an SSC in default. इसको double underline करो. SSC in default. This may be contrasted with the arrears of partnership firm, which may be recovered from erstwhile partners only after the issue of notice under 156 and a default is committed by him. Under 179, every person who was a director of private company at any time shall be jointly and severally liable for the payment of taxes which cannot be recovered from company unless he proves that non-recovery cannot be attributable to any gross negligence and all. So he is liable और अब उसको कोई अलग से ड्यूटी नोटिस देने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. आर द क्वेश्चंस इजी? Read it twice, thrice. Any doubt is there, we are connected through WhatsApp. You can post your doubts always. Your advice is sought on the correctness or otherwise of the previous year ending 23. A Limited is a non-resident carrying on business in India through a branch which is taken over by Indian company B Limited with effect from July 22. Okay. Non-resident की जो इंडियन कंपनी है उसको कोई और इंडियन कंपनी ने टेक ओवर कर लिया. बी लिमिटेड फाइल्स द रिटर्न ऑफ इनकम. कब टेक ओवर कर लिया? जुलाई 22. बी लिमिटेड फाइल्ड रिटर्न ऑफ इनकम फॉर अप्रैल टू जुलाई as well as for August to March. Does the assessing officer have jurisdiction to make assessment of A Limited in the hands of B Limited, the Indian company, for a period up to July 22? देखो, हाँ, ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ा ट्रिकी अगर लग रहा है तो पॉज करो. दिस इज येस्टरडेज क्लास, प्रीडिसीजर एंड सक्सेसर. आई विल एक्सप्लेन. अब पढ़ो, वापस से क्वेश्चन पढ़ो. फिनिश रीडिंग. समझ में आया? Listen, someone's running company we are taking in July 2022. Then you need to file the return from April to July. Who are you? Predecessor. I need to file the return from August to March. Who am I? Successor. If predecessor is not there or he is not available, then only successor will have to file the return for both. Clear? तो यहाँ तो ऐसा कुछ दिया नहीं है कि predecessor नहीं है. Under 170, in case of succession of a business, if predecessor cannot be found, then income of predecessor up to the date of succession and income of the preceding previous year, ये सब assess होगा successor के हाथ. If predecessor cannot be found, where predecessor is available, income up to succession is not liable to be taxed in the hands of successor. In the instance case, B Limited has filed its regular return and A Limited predecessor is also available. They are there, non-resident foreign company hai. Therefore, AO cannot assess all the income in the hands of B Limited. Take your time, exactly same language, same question can be asked. I call all these 2-3 question as सिर पैर बिना के problem. मतलब मैम कौन से चैप्टर से क्या है, फॉरगेट इट. कॉन्सेप्ट है, समझ में आ रहा है, अटेंड करो 3 घंटे में. What they are saying is predecessor and successor. If predecessor is not there, then April to July for predecessor, successor only should pay tax. If he is there, then why we should pay the tax? An order, ये तो 2 times आ चुका है कि नोटिस कैसे भेजनी चाहिए. An order under 23-24 was passed by AO, but typist wrongly typed the order as 22-23. SSC claimed in appeal that same is invalid order, which cannot be accepted by on the ground that error being clerical. Discuss the correctness of order of the CIT abyss. You have received an assessment order from department. Everything is correct. They gave a proper notice on time, but by mistake, instead of writing 23-24 assessment year गलत लिखा. Can you say ये तो order ही valid नहीं है, मैं तो आगे कुछ करूंगा ही नहीं, ये वो. No, it's only a clerical mistake, silly mistake. 292B and double B, they are very important. I've already discussed like this questions in assessment procedure. अगर आप assessment procedure के पीछे के question देखोगे, वो 143, 144, 147, उसमें question answer discuss किए, वहां भी ये discuss किया है. 292B provides that no return of income assessment notice summon or anything shall be invalid merely by reason of fact that there is defect or omission in return of income. Notice में गलती है. If return of income assessment notice, summon, etc. is in substance and in conformity with an intention is correct, therefore clerical mistake cannot invalidate otherwise valid assessment. Thus, the typographical error in the assessment order or the assessment year and the previous year does not make the same invalid. Am I going fast कि मेरा speed correct है? समझ में आ रहा है? Relevant question, उसका concept and answer I am telling you. किसी ने आपको नोटिस भिजवाई, यू कान से कि ये रिटर्न, ये नोटिस ठीक नहीं है जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द क्लरिकल एरर. So action of the CAT appeals is not correct and bilkul this notice is valid. Proceeding cannot be initiated unless a proper notice is served. So what are the ways of serving the proper notice? To whom it should be addressed and how? Should it be send in writing या आपको डिपार्टमेंट से कॉल आना चाहिए या मेल आना चाहिए या SMS? तो क्या सब proceedings है वो देखेंगे. As per 282(1), the service of notice or summon or order or any other communication under this act may be made by delivering or transmitting a copy thereof to the person named therein by post or courier. पोस्ट से भेजते हैं, कुरियर, कुरियर से आता है ना तो एक्नॉलेजमेंट के साथ आता है ये ऑर्डर्स एंड ऑल. In such manner as may be given in the code of civil procedure, because you all know appeals, और इसमें हमने देखा था कितने सारे केसेस में तो सिविल प्रोसीजर का कोड एप्लीकेबल है, अपील टू हाई कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट एंड ऑल, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एनी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रिकॉर्ड भी चलता है, by means of transmission of document as may be provided. CBDT is empowered to make rules providing for the address, including the address for electronic mail to which such communication may be delivered or transmitted to the person named there. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? Is it clear? So what are the ways of giving the notice? It can be given by post, courier and writing with all the code of civil procedure के हिसाब से. It could be in electronic mode or any other mode which is allowed by CBDT. Like emails are also allowed. अच्छा, नोटिस किसको देनी चाहिए? स्टार मार्केट, इसको क्राउन पहनाओ, ये आपको MCQs में काफी जगह ऑब्जेक्टिव में पूछते हैं कि टू whom the notice should be served. नोटिस किसको सर्व होगी? If it is a dissolved firm, any person who is a partner of the partnership firm other than minor. If it is a deceased person, legal heir of the deceased person. Partitioned HUF. Okay, right. Partitioned HUF है. HUF का partition हो गया, तो who is the last caretaker manager of HUF is no more than any other adult member. और अगर कोई डिसीज्ड पर्सन है तो उसके लीगल हेयर को नोटिस भेजो, कोई पार्टनरशिप डिसॉल्व्ड है तो उसके कोई भी पार्टनर को भेजो, लाइक दैट. ओके, राइट. Explain circumstances under which AO can resort to provisional attachment of the property. Also state the period for which such attachment can be made and when can assessing officer revoke the provisional attachment. What is provisional attachment? This same question, isko dhyan se suno. This same question I'll be discussing on Monday also when I discuss rate. When there is rate and suppose 80 crore worth undisclosed income, आपके घर से records या physical documents या कुछ DVDs, movies मिली है जिसमें बड़ा जोर से तामझाम से शादी हो रही है घर के कोई मेंबर की, करोड़ों रुपए का खर्चा हो रहा है, in short. So all this is recovered. Now department knows कि on these 80 crores of unearthed asset or unexplained asset, SSC should pay tax. और remember ये सब में 78% tax है, 60% tax, surcharge, ECES, highest 78% tax लगता है ये undisclosed income में. तो when there is a raid and tentatively they feel कि on 80 crore 78 lakhs इतना तो tax SSC को pay करना पड़ेगा. Related to that tax, can they take the assets with them in rate by making a proper पंचनामा, valuation officer को भी बुलाते हैं और पूरा गोल्ड नहीं लेके जाएंगे, इतना गोल्ड लेके जाएंगे जिसमें से we will keep this gold in the RBI locker, you pay the tax and we will return your gold, or we will attach this property. You cannot sell this property till you pay the tax. तो वो प्रॉपर्टी के वहां पूरा वो लगा के चले जाते हैं, लीगल नोटिस एंड ऑल, एंड इवन दे इन्फॉर्म टू रजिस्ट्रार कि दिस प्रॉपर्टी का कोई ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं होना चाहिए, सेल एंड ऑल, बिकॉज दिस पर्सन हैज नॉट पेड द टैक्स. सो दीज आर द रीजंस ऑफ अटैचमेंट ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी. हाँ, अब हनुमान तो है नहीं कि हम प्रॉपर्टी को भी उठा के लॉकर में लेके जाएंगे. जैसे गोल्ड कैश रेड मूवी और अगर आपने देखे तो लेके जाते हैं, बट ये नहीं लेके जाएंगे. तो दे अटैच द प्रॉपर्टी एंड दे कीप, सील करके उसको जाएंगे एंड टाइम लिमिट देंगे. सो जनरली दिस प्रोविजनल अटैचमेंट ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी इज नॉट मोर देन 6 months. 6 months से ज्यादा नहीं होता है. देखो प्रोसीजर एज पर द प्रोविजंस. फिर से एक बार क्वेश्चन पढ़ते हैं. Explain the circumstances under which AO can resort to provisional attachment of the property. Also state the period of time for which attachment can take place. When can assessing officer recover the provisional attachment and all. So as per 281B, there can be provisional attachment to protect the interest of the revenue, the proceeding for assessment of any income or for assessment, and such attachment should be necessary for the purpose of protecting interest of revenue. हाँ, इट इज इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ रेवेन्यू, मतलब डिपार्टमेंट के फायदे के लिए ही बोल रहे हैं कि प्रॉपर्टी को अटैच करने दो. द प्रीवियस अप्रूवल ऑफ प्रिंसिपल कमिश्नर and all is required. Assessing officer may order in writing attach the property. वैल्यू से पूरा वैल्यू करा के लीगली पूरा करते हैं. Such provisional attachment shall cease to have effect after expiry of period of 6 months from date of order. However, period can be extended by commissioner and all. ओके कि अगर उनको लगता है कि अगर ये प्रॉपर्टी रिलीज किया ये बेच देगा, बाद में टैक्स रिकवर करना बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा. Once if you release the attachment of the property, he will sell off and then it's very difficult to recover the tax. Then instead of 6 months, they may extend it. Yes. So the period can be extended by the principal commissioner and as the case may be, for reason to be recorded in writing for a further period, and the total period of extension in case cannot exceed 2 years. or 60 days after the date of order of assessment is completed. इनके अगेंस्ट अगर ऑर्डर जो चल रहा था ना, assessment was going on proceeding, तो अगर if it is finalized then 60 days from there, or otherwise not more than 2 years. AO shall by order in writing revoke the provisional attachment in case where assessee furnishes a guarantee from bank for an amount not less than the FMV. Okay. कभी कभी क्या होता है, प्रॉपर्टी इज अटैच्ड बाय द एओ और वो प्रोसेस होने में वो असेसिंग ऑफिसर का जो केस का प्रोसीजर है वो 2-3 साल से चल रहा है. इन द मीन वाइल एसएससी वांट्स टू सेल द प्रॉपर्टी, तो ही सेइंग सर दिस प्रॉपर्टी इज ऑफ 2 crore, नो यू रिलीज द प्रॉपर्टी, आई विल गिव यू अ बैंक लोन एंड गारंटी फॉर 2 crore. इसकी जगह कोई और ऑल्टरनेटिव देते हैं, देन दे माइट रिलीज. Once again, the gist is, can the SSC's properties be provisionally attached? Answer is yes, in the favor of the interest of the revenue. Yes, it should be. Yes. Provisional attachment बिल्कुल होगा. Okay. कितने टाइम के लिए होगा? Maximum 6 months, which can be extended to 2 years or 60 days. And if they submit other proof, you may release it also. Okay. Next now, this is the last ones now. Nihal. Nihal, a stockbroker. You know, without doing these questions also, this chapter would have been completed आधे घंटे पहले ही, dear students. But I recommend you to repeatedly read it and not leave and go. But these are the questions. आपको लग रहा है कुछ ऐसे language है जो important है? No. अपने language में लिखना, अगर याद है तो at least you will write it. Huh? Out of 10 students who call me after the result comes, 8 students are saying, ma'am, I got 56, 54 in taxation. कभी कभी होता है ना, कोई भी सब्जेक्ट में exemption भी मिले हैं काफी students को, पर miss out होता है. They are saying I got 56, 58 because I attempted 85 marks of paper. तो अगर 100 marks करोगे तो बिल्कुल मिलेंगे. इतना नॉलेज है तभी आप फाइनल में आए हो. ट्रस्ट योर सेल्फ एंड ट्रस्ट द टीचर ऑल्सो. तो आप वो कर ही रहे हो ऑलरेडी, देन ओनली यू आर लिसनिंग टू द वीडियो. बट जस्ट सेइंग कि डू व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड एंड दीज आर लाइक स्मार्ट वेज. I have never taught you MAT and charitable trust like this. Am I right? चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट का एक एक प्रॉब्लम राइटिंग में, मैट के तो कितने प्रॉब्लम्स, एंड वन होल क्लास ऑफ 2 hours I made you write just the format of MAT because I'm very sure this upcoming CMA exam 10 marks problem for MAT and 2-3 marks MCQs इधर. जब इतना important है MAT, चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट 8 marks, 20 marks तो आपके यही होंगे. ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग DTAA नॉन रेसिडेंट 35 marks with choice. 30 marks होता है इंटरनेशनल टैक्सेशन, पर अगर MCQs इधर उधर देखे तो 35 marks. तो यही हो गए आपके मेजर चैप्टर्स. तो इसमें तो कोई एक्सक्यूज नहीं है कि प्रॉब्लम्स व्हाट वी हैव डन इन क्लास फॉर DTAA for non-resident, do it repeatedly. Make the schedule. If you need any help anywhere in your study plan for upcoming 1 month, do ask me. But otherwise, I don't want to say anything. आप अपना अपना अच्छे से कर ही रहे हो already, right or not? You all are doing. चलो, yeah, Nihal, a stockbroker. Okay, he's a defaulter for payment and AO attached his membership card in stock exchange. हाँ, तो स्टॉक ब्रोकर का अगर मेंबरशिप कार्ड नहीं है तो वो तो ट्रांजैक्शन ही नहीं कर पाएगा. Nihal contended that membership card is not transferable and it is not his personal asset. Disclose the validity of the card attached by you. अब अभी हमने आपको बोला कि प्रॉपर्टी अटैच कर लो, टैक्स रिकवर कर लो, तो आप क्या कुछ भी अटैच करोगे क्या? No point in attaching his membership card. He's a broker. He cannot work if you seize his card. So this time the department is not right. The right of membership is not a private asset and it is merely a personal privilege granted to member. This membership card of Nihal is non-transferable and incapable of alienation. Okay, by member for his legal representative and all. Okay, so extend provided rules of stock exchange and all. Nomination भी होता है, even if permitted is subject to rules. Right of nomination is vested in stock exchange in case of death and default. Thus, membership card is not a property of SEC. Therefore, AO cannot attach that. It has been held in apex court in the stock exchange Ahmedabad versus ACIT judgment. And the last question we have already done yesterday, yaad hai? 269 SS. Huh? When you have already accepted 15,000 deposit, no problem. That too by check. But next 15,000, if you accept, it is violated. Because when you accepted more 15 in cash, correct hai ki you have not exceeded 20,000. 269 SS bolte hai ki 20,000 se above cash nahi lena loan. तो पहले 15 चेक से लिए, now also 15 by cash, but when you took cash 15 your total amount exceeded 30,000 and you are caught up. Followed 271D में penalty भरनी पड़े. Same way, this person has made FDs in the bank for 30,000 और 2,000 interest के साथ 32 में से पहला ही withdrawal किया 16,500 bearer check से. मैम सिर्फ 16,500 विड्रॉ कर रहा, 20,000 के ऊपर नहीं कर रहा, बट व्हेन ही इज विड्रॉइंग व्हाट इज द बैलेंस? 32,000. 30,000 FD and 2,000 interest. Then obviously caught up. Right? So in that way he will be caught up. और 269T लगेगा, repayment of the loan above 20,000. Can we have 269 SS and T? I am revising yesterday's concept. Answer is yes. Loan लिए भी कैश में, वापस भी कैश में तो आएगा. 269 SU, 50 करोड़ से ऊपर, if you are having a turnover, you should have all the electronic mode facility. And 269 ST, above 2 lakhs, any transaction in a single day, for a single person, for a single event, you cannot accept or pay in cash. You cannot do the transaction in cash. Okay? Right. Last one, the proceeding before income tax can be attended by SSC or authorized representative. Yes, He can be his employee, he can be his banker, he can be his advocate, he can be his CA. Yeah, all. ठीक है. So I think till here ये हो गया है सब हमारा ICDS and INDAS comparatives आपको करना है. Just 2 seconds. Let me complete this and I'll give you an idea. 5 minutes more. I want to go reverse. ये सब हमने complete किया है. Just 1 second. 1 minute. ये कल का क्लास है. Yeah, tonnage tax is so clear to all of you. Look at the screen. I'm just scrolling for all of you. Is it clear? Can legal representative and executor be the same person? Yes, maybe. If there is a will, executor will do everything. Agar will nahi hai, to whoever is the legal representative, the wife or children, they will take over, they will sell the property and they will recover. Who can be the agent of the NRI? Executor की liability क्या है? सक्सेसर प्रीडिसीजर अभी जो क्वेश्चन भी डिस्कस किए. HUF का पार्टीशन होगा तब कैसे करेंगे? डिसकंटिन्यूड बिजनेस सब में रिपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा. लिक्विडेटर हैज टू रिपोर्ट विद इन 30 days. क्या आई एम द लिक्विडेटर, आई विल डिस्पोज ऑफ. 269 SST ये सब कल अच्छे से किए विद एग्जाम्पल. This just you know, service of notice when family is disrupted or a firm. When you know, ये एग्जाम में स्ट्रेट ही क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि नोटिस किसको दे. अभी जो आपको टेबल बताया ना क्वेश्चन आंसर में. So if the HUF is partitioned and all, then any of the member of the HUF and all can get the notice. Partnership firm, any of the partner can get the notice. If the business is discontinued, AO may serve one person whose income is to be assessed and before discontinuation who was getting the income, जो भी है. Submission of statement by non-resident having PE in India should submit all the details about their transactions in India. Furnishing of information or document by Indian concern in certain transactions. 285A. If they are having DTA से related entry. हाँ, film producers और हैं. अगर वो किसी को 50,000 से ऊपर पेमेंट देते हैं तो they have to submit a separate statement because cinematography films and all crores of rupees are spent, so they need to report. That's it. 285 BB तो I told you third party will give, and from here AIS में आपके drop होगा. From here everything is done. So that's all for today. Now listen, all of you. After this ICDS, 3 videos are shared that you have to do it on your own. In that first page, you need to by heart. What are the cases when ICDS is applicable only to compute business income and other source? ICDS, income computation disclosure standards. 10 standards are there. It has nothing to do how you are maintaining books. Books के लिए AS accounting standards हैं, INDAS है. तो इनकम टैक्स के लिए जस्ट टू कंप्यूट बिजनेस हेड एंड अदर सोर्स इनकम यू हैव ICDS एंड दैट इज एप्लीकेबल ओनली इफ यू फॉलो मर्केंटाइल सिस्टम. इंडिविजुअल HUF को ICDS तभी एप्लीकेबल होगा इफ देयर बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स आर ऑडिटेड. अदर्स को वैसे भी एप्लीकेबल है. सो आउट ऑफ दिस MCQ is asked, and after that 10 ICDs are there which I need not teach you. If you know the accounting standards, you know कि what are the places wherein कंपैरेटिव में ICDS 1 एंड AS 1 में क्या फर्क है. तो AS 1 में ना हम प्रूडेंस प्रिंसिपल फॉलो करते हैं. वी बुक फॉर ऑल द फ्यूचरिस्टिक लॉसेस, प्रोविजन फॉर दिस, प्रोविजन दुनिया के प्रोविजन करते हैं. इन इनकम टैक्स आर प्रोविजंस आर अलाउड इन योर बिजनेस हेड? आंसर इज नो. So this is just a small example. To the point knowledge is there. Watch the videos and 5 mark questions surely they are asking. Comparatives of ICDS and AS, or they are asking what is the disclosure requirement of ICDS. That same like disclosure requirement of AS. If you complete the AS and then if you do ICDS, you will follow it better, right? And penalties and proceedings don't leave the topic. Only what is relevant penalties proceedings they are given. So whenever you have time, if you want to speed up कि इनकम टैक्स के 3 वीडियोस मैं देख लूं, आज खत्म कर लूं, कल फिर मुझे कोई और सब्जेक्ट पढ़ना है, you can start with your schedules. Only thing is search and read that I want to teach, and we will be doing it in the next class. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Stay connected, and this Sunday make sure you all are writing transfer pricing का पेपर बहुत easy बना है. क्लास में जो कप मेथड करा है वही पूछा है, क्योंकि वही एग्जाम में पूछते हैं. And one of the problems with other method, it's my guesswork I am sharing with all of you, कि other than transfer pricing they will ask you one method, either RSP or cost plus. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि प्रॉफिट स्प्लिट छोड़ना है. प्रॉफिट स्प्लिट जस्ट दैट 1-2 प्रॉब्लम विच आई शोड यू नो, मेरा कॉस्ट इतना है, मेरा स्प्लिटेड प्रॉफिट इतना है, कर लो, हो जाएगा. राइट. सो आई नो आई एम लाइक पुशिंग यू, पर करना है. जब इतने तक एफर्ट्स डाले हैं तो डोंट लीव. एंड दिस डिग्री इज ऑसम, आई एम टेलिंग यू. अभी इन द कैंपस इंटरव्यू द रिसेंटली क्वालिफाइड स्टूडेंट्स हैव गॉट पैकेजेस 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs in campus interviews here, and in campus interview in Bangalore. One of the student got in Chennai, like that. So that is the base. फिर बाद में आपके ऊपर है कि how smart you are in showing your knowledge, how efficient you are in doing your work. You will go quite ahead in your life with add-ons knowledge, with add-on polishing your skills in all the way, right? So lots of blessings and wishes. Prepare super well. Give up everything else for your studies for this upcoming month. थोड़े के लिए छोड़ना नहीं है, कुछ भी करते रहो, एफर्ट्स डालते रहो. कभी कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे ना, मैट का वो पेज उठाओ, एडलेस स्टिक ऑन लगा दो, वो फॉर्मेट देख लो. चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट ऑल्सो आई हैव गिवन यू अ फॉर्मेट. तो एक दो इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉब्लम्स 8-11 जो आपको मार्क कराएं, कवरिंग अप ऑल द एडजस्टमेंट, उसको ओरली देख लो. So like this repetition in different ways is required, right? I'll be sharing all the links. Last 3 attempts ke mock test also I have discussed for the final student. That I will not repeat. I will share the link. And this time's mock test paper I will discuss in the next week. I'll give an option for the live class also, those who want to do. Thank you so much. Bye-bye all of you. That's all for today. Bye. Thank you.